that you are required to send emails. So if you do not send proper emails, if you do not send proper cover letter, you might not be a select. And when I say you might not be a select, because your email is the face of you. So I don't know you. What I will do is I will see whether your email gives me all the details that I am looking for in a candidate. So we've already done that. We've already done how to communicate with people, what is communication skills, because today you might have a lot of knowledge, but if you are unable to make people understand, if you are unable to make people understand what you want to do, or sorry, what you want to say, you can be misunderstood, and it can go sometimes it can go against what you are saying. So we've already done that. Today what we are going to do is, today we are going to do pronunciation. And when I say pronunciation, so communication is, so there are different parts of communication. One is verbal communication, one is a non-verbal communication, and one is written communication. Whether a verbal or a written communication, the most important, especially in verbal communication, the most important thing is that your pronunciation should be proper. Why? Let me share a video with you. I hope you guys are able to see my screen. If somebody could just let me know through chat if you're able to see my screen and you're able to hear. Perfect.
ตับ
You know, see,
ซี
see,
ซี
tap,
บายบายที่เธอ
Bye bye, teacher. Thank you.
Thank you teacher
Bye bye, teacher. Thank you.
Thank you
Bye bye. นะคะเจอกัน see,
ซีตับ
see.
ซีตับ
All right. So this is what happens if my communication is not proper. When my pronunciation, sorry, is not proper. When my pronunciation is not proper, what will happen is I will end up pronouncing words incorrectly. And when I end up pronouncing words incorrectly, the person listening to me will not be able to understand. Now, what happens here is that there are times in English, in Hindi, what we write, what we spell is what I pronounce. So in Hindi, if I want to spell a word, let me show you this. So in Hindi, if I want to say come, so in Hindi I will write, I cannot write it in Hindi over here because I guess we do not have a Hindi font. Yes, we do not have a Hindi font. So in Hindi, if I have to write come, I will write write bal. I would say write is what I spell is what I pronounce. However, in English, it is not the same. In English, my pronunciation depends on lot of different things. So one of that is the kind of spelling that I use is normal, but my pronunciation depends. There is a chart known as IPA, that is International Phonetics Association chart, where my pronunciation depends on that. So if I have to write, if I have to say, please calm yourself down, and I will write CALM. So my L is silent. I will not pronounce this as column because of L. So in English, my pronunciation is totally different, and in Hindi, the pronunciation is totally different. So we'll start with pronunciations. So pronunciation is nothing but it is a combination of a lot of things. It is my pronunciation is a combination of consonants, vowels, syllable stress, and the way I pronounce. Are you able to see my screen, people? Do you see a PPT here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, in the meanwhile, what you guys have to do is you will write down few words where you need the pronunciation, and we will discuss those pronunciation today. But before that, we will start with this. Now, a pronunciation is nothing but the sound that comes from my mouth. In English, sounds. In Hindi, if I'm not articulating, when I say articulating, if I'm not using too much of my mouth. So this portion is used when I am pronouncing words. So if I'm not using, so if I'm not opening my mouth properly as well, the words come out. अगर हम हिंदी में बात कर रहे हैं तो हम, so I will use the minimum, the usage of this area is minimum. And I pronounce my words. The pronunciation not only depends on the lips, but there are several things that come in contact when I am pronouncing my words. For example, the lips, the tongue. So the tongue, it touches the upper palate and the lower palate and the teeth. So when I am, and there are few nasal sounds also. So, but the most important, I would say the most important part of the mouth that is used for pronunciation is this portion, the tongue, the teeth, and the palates. So when I am pronouncing words in English, I need to use my mouth properly for the words to flow out. That is why most of the time, it's not only the vocabulary. Yes, the vocabulary is one of the most important parts of pronunciation. However, there is also the sound that you produce while speaking a word or by speaking a word or an alphabet. So now we will understand how do we pronounce the words and how can we make it better. So, guys, I hope everybody is online right now. Is everybody online? Okay. Can you guys unmute yourself, or you have another session going on? Abhishek, Nitin, Preeti, Priya, Sonu, Utkarsh. Sonu, I guess you have unmuted yourself. Okay, you have another session going on. I am sorry. Okay, so what happens, people, is to improve my communication, what I need to do is the best thing is use a lot of tongue twisters. Because what happens is when I am using tongue twisters, I am able to use my palates, I am able to use my my mouth, and I'm able to produce the word. For example, she sells seashells on the seashore. So if you are watching me, you would see that my mouth is playing the most important role in the pronunciation. And this is why we need to use the maximum the maximum usage of my mouth. The reason being, when you guys will be going for an interview, so your interview, I'm not sure whether you will have people coming in, the HR coming in, or you will be doing the interview telephonic. Probably now the scenario is that you will be doing your interviews telephonically. So if you are not loud and clear on the telephone, the HR will not be able to hear you. And if there is a pronunciation mistake, so there are few pronunciation that if you make a mistake in that, you are disqualified for that interview. So make sure that you practice a lot. From today onwards, I know that you have a lot of classes happening. You have your online classes, you have your tuitions, you have your projects, assignments. It is little difficult, but I would request all of you to start reading. When you read aloud, you are able to correct yourself, you are able to correct if any mispronunciation is there. So start reading a lot. Start listening to yourself when you are reading. And when you do that, you will understand that you will be able to correct yourself only. So take out 5 minutes daily to read, because people, if I know everything, but if I am unable to explain, if I am unable to be persuasive, I will not, my HR will not know the kind of knowledge that I have. My HR will not know that what I am doing, I am good at it. The HR knows that you are good at it. That is why you have come all the way to the third and the fourth year. But the HR needs to understand that, are you able to make people understand? Are you able to make the client understand? Because my client is not in front of me. My client is either on the mail or over a conference call. So if you are unable to make your client understand or unable to comprehend what your client is saying, your knowledge goes a waste. So I would suggest all of you start reading a lot. Start don't buy a dictionary, but please download a dictionary. Everybody is using a smartphone nowadays. Please download a dictionary in your on your phone, and any words that you are unable to understand or you do not know the pronunciation, listen to that. So there will be two pronunciation. One will be British and one will be American. So what we follow in India is the British pronunciation and the British language. So please do that. Make sure that from today you start practicing for yourselves. Otherwise, by the end of the third and the fourth year, if you start doing then, you will have challenges, because my friends, now is a very difficult times, and I'm not saying in terms of getting a job. There are a lot of jobs now. The challenge is that every year, all around in India, I am only talking about India, and if I have to speak the stats of MP, close to, not close to, but more than 1 lakh students graduate. And in those lakh students, you would also have people who've done masters. So your competition is with your own self. Your competition is not with those 99,000 people. Your competition is with your own self. So start upskilling yourself. Don't depend only on what is being taught on your college. Because when you do that, What happens is when you're only depending on what is being done in your college, yes, that is the ultimate thing that you will get. That is the core of your academics. But when I say upscale yourself, if your college is teaching you C sharp, learn the advanced language of C sharp, learn cloud, learn AI. Today, every company, every company is working on AI platform. I hope you guys know what is AI and what is it used for. How many of you do not know AI? Or how many of you know what is an AI? Okay, what is AI used for, Abhishek? So I'll probably, if you're typing, I'll just give you a brief. AI is nothing but, yes, artificial intelligence. The best example that I can think right now is we have this Google and we have the Siri on our phones. So that is what AI is in short. So today, every person, every company is working on this AI platform. Every company is working on the Python platform. So your knowledge, which is only restricted to C++, Java, it is not enough. Now the challenge is, I know what is an I know what is a Java, I know what is, but am I able to explain it? And that too, you need to explain over a call to your HR manager. So if I am not able to do that, my academics help me understand or gives me the knowledge, but my communication helps me to explain that, and my pronunciation helps me to explain it correctly. So everything, please understand that your academics and your communication skills or the soft skills is interlinked. If I do not have either of one, I am not ready for a job. And to be ready for a job, I need to I need to do extra efforts, because there is a lot of competition, a lot of competition. And I am sure that you guys will want to work in most of you, if you're opening a business, then you will want to work in you will want to have a global client. So if I am from Indore, I will not only want my Indore clients, I will also want people from outside. And today, like I said yesterday, the irony is that English is a globally accepted language. And if I do not know English, the person on the other side of the table might not know English, but would expect you to know English. So you do not have a choice. Please start working on your communication skills, start working on your pronunciation skills. If you do not understand, you have a lot of other mediums. If you do not understand, you can also write down my email ID and mail me and ask me any confusion that you have. But please work on it, because so we as trainers, or we as lecturers, or we as professors, we have already done and lived, as in, yes, we are living more, but we have already professionally lived our life and we are settled now. You are our future. and especially the doctors and the engineers. And if my future doesn't trust in him or herself, then I will not be able to trust. So please work on it. Please work on your communication, your pronunciation. Now, the pronunciation is nothing, it involves sound. These sounds are consonants, and it can be, so consonants and vowels. Now, like I said, that we will be doing word stress. Sentence stress is not that we will be doing. Intonation and how do we link words, because my pronunciation involves all of this, especially the word stress and intonation and voice modulation. Also, it is like I said, in English, the pronunciation does not depend on the spelling. I doubt there is any pronunciation that, yes, words like sentence, words like intonation. So my spelling is INTO, but my pronunciation is intonation. One more thing, people, this words that you see here is pronunciation and not pronunciation. It is pronunciation. Pronounce or pronounced and pronunciation. Okay. Now, how we can focus on pronunciation is by when I take out words or when I pronounce words like g and k. So if I put my hand, so for boys, you put your hand on your apple's Adam, and girls, you can put your hand in the middle of the throat, and when you pronounce g and k, you will see a vibration on the throat. So when you see the vibration, that means that it is that g and k. So yes, every time you cannot put your hand here, but try to feel it. So you will have a lot of tension over here on this part of your throat. You will have a lot of stress and tension over here when you say pronounce the words with g and k. Similarly, b, d, g, v. So when I am pronouncing the word v, I bite my lower lip, but do not bite it hard, that it sounds as in it starts, it is a cut or it starts bleeding, but v. So these are voiced sounds. Voiced sounds means that there is a vibration in the throat and there is no air that is produced out. So the sound remains within the throat. And th. So when I am pronouncing the word th, it is not the, it is not do, it is do. So my tongue comes in between my teeth and my lips. For example, it is not thank you, it is thank you. So there is a th here. Are we clear? Okay, but yes, few words like there, again, there is a tension here. There, yes, though. Now, the city, which is Thigland, it is Thailand. It is not Thailand, because the thigh is your thigh. The uppermost part of your legs is your thigh. So that is a thigh. but the city, it is Thailand, and it is not Thailand. Please do not pronounce it as Thailand, but Thailand. And so this ZH is Z, like in zebra. So when I'm saying zebra, then there is a vibration in my mouth. Any confusion, people? Or am I going too fast? Okay, there are a few messages. Just give me 2 minutes. Okay. What about cloud? Okay. Cloud is a it's not a platform, but it is a space where the cloud is used by Google. So it is a Google space, and now Microsoft uses cloud. Even for that matter, iPhone uses cloud. So cloud is a space where you can store your data. You can store your pictures and images, all of that. So yes, so these I would say AI, like you said, as in, like I said, AI, cloud, and Python. These are the main languages that today the companies are looking for, because now what feedback link do you want me to share? Okay, I guess you've some confusion here. Now, uh, so make sure that you have advanced knowledge. मालूम है तुम लोग जिस field में हो, people, the good thing about your field is that if you pick up one language and you master in that language, you can get a, a very good job. So yes, you should know all the things. You should know all the languages. But if you pick up one language and master or excel in that language, you will be able to get amazing job. You will be able to get the job of your dream. And like I said, yes, your professors and your teachers will be able to give you a better knowledge about which languages to use. But as because I take a lot of sessions in the corporates, so I can tell you that AI and Python and cloud are cloud computing, that is very famously known in the corporates, are one of the top 3 languages that everybody is doing. Okay, now somebody asked me, how can we work on to improve communication skills? Okay, Abhishek, the best way to improve your communication skill is when you are talking something or when you are saying something. So what, like I yesterday I was telling these people, so I'll repeat what I said. What happens is that today, if, like I said, today people are not interested in what you do. People are more interested in how you do it. So when I am able to express, when I am able to, communication is nothing but expressing your views and your ideas. Your vocabulary and your pronunciation is a part, and it, with your vocabulary and pronunciation, your communication becomes a whole aspect. So if I want to improve my communication, what I need to do is I need to start working. I will never tell you to read a newspaper, because no matter how much you read, you will not be able to improve until and unless um, so yesterday I played this game. So in fact, what I'll do is I'll write, and very quickly you will have to give me the answer. Rishabh, I'll come back to your question. Let me answer Abhishek's question. Come on, people, tell me very quickly. A4. Okay, I guess that went to Utkarsh privately. I am sorry. Yes, come on, tell me. A for ability. Okay. अभी इतना सोच के मत बोलो, जल्दी जल्दी बोलो. Utkarsh, we've already got that answer. All right. So I'll tell you why I'm asking this. बचपन में जब हम लोग छोटे, yes, बचपन में ही छोटे होंगे. So when we were young, or when we were small kids in my in my play group, I used to learn A for apple, B for ball, C for cat, D for dog. Yes. And till today, the first thing that comes to my mind when I say A is apple, a red color apple. The reason being that image of an apple, a red color apple, comes immediately in my mind, and then I am able to what is there in my mind comes to my mouth, and I am able to express that. So what happens here is everybody, I would say 99% of people have they have pictorial memory. So what I see is something that I remember throughout my life. So today, if I ask you that, okay, if you've learned Sanskrit in your school, give me shloks and dohas, you will not be able to do that. Or if I tell you that, okay, tell me, explain a chapter of history to me, you will not be able to do that. However, if I ask you to tell me the story of Jodha Akbar, or if I ask you to tell me the story of Three Idiots, you will be able to do that because मेरे mind ने उसकी image create कर ली है. So communication, so to improve communication, the best way is start reading. So today I am not kidding, and if I could show you, I have a lot of books. So where I am taking the session is from my room, and I have a lot of books here, and I have a lot of books in my living room, and in my Kindle also I have a lot of downloaded books. In my 40 years, I must have read close to 200, 250 books, and I'm not talking about my academics book. I am talking about novels and autobiographies and spiritual books. So I have read a lot. However, and trust me, people, 95% of books I remember. The reason being, till today, when I am reading a book, I never read it in my mind. I always speak at a sound where I am able to hear myself. So what happens is, when I am reading a book, my eyes are watching, My mouth is speaking and my ear is hearing what I am speaking, and my mind is creating an image or a movie simultaneously. That is why a movie a movie that I have read, if I have seen a movie when I was 10-year old, I will still remember that movie. Because वो image, वो picture आज भी मेरे दिमाग में है. So when I am reading a book, the best way to improve your communication is, and it's not only for Abhishek who asked me the question, it is for everybody. People, the best way of improving your English is when you are reading something, read it aloud. When I'm reading aloud, like I said, my brain will continuously create images of that. And when my brain is continuously creating images of that, my my words, pronunciation comes back to me as it is. So today also, if I am explaining something to somebody, or if I'm right now, if I'm explaining you this, ये पूरा सिनेरियो मेरे दिमाग में चल रहा है as a movie. So क्या हो रहा है कि I don't forget my words. I don't forget what I have to say. I also came from where you are today. I also came from there only. So, and my household, yes, the advantage that I had, that throughout I was studying in a convent college and a convent school. And a convent school, even in breaks, we were to talk in English. हिंदी में बात करते थे, मार पड़ती थी. So that is the only advantage. But there I was for 8 hours, from 7 in the morning till 2:30 in the afternoon. The rest of my 22 hours, I was at home. And my house is a typical business-oriented, Hindi-speaking family. So my environment, I cannot blame my environment always, that मेरे को वो environment नहीं मिलता English में बात करने का, वो कभी नहीं मिलेगा. आपको वो environment create करना पड़ेगा. And when I create that environment, because always remember, you should have a, जैसे आजकल our Prime Minister Modi is also saying Atmanirbhar, which means have the stand-alone spirit. Because today, if you get a job, you will get the job for yourself. Yes, you will be making your parents proud. But whatever you will be earning for yourself. So if what I earn today, I don't give my 100% salary to my mother. Yes, I give a fraction of it to my mother. But the bigger chunk is with me. So I am earning for me. So don't do it for anybody else, but do it for yourself. So one way is read a lot. सोने से पहले 5 मिनट YouTube में वीडियोस देखने से अच्छा है 5 मिनट सिर्फ. आज भी if I don't read, I am unable to, probably my brain has started functioning like that. I always have a book next to my bed. So before I sleep, I make it a point at 5 minutes. 5 minutes I give myself to read and then sleep. And yes, if I want to watch a video, I do that. No matter how many videos you watch, no matter how many books you read, but believe me, this is the tried and tested way to learn English. English Institute में जाके तुम लोग नहीं पढ़ सकते हो. हम यहाँ पे तुमको grammar, your grammar, so a person or a student coming from a Hindi or a vernacular language school has a better grammar than a person coming from a convent, because our emphasis used to be only on speaking and the grammar was a latter part. My grammar improved with time when I started training Trust me, that is when my grammar improved. So the only way to do is every day give 5 minutes to yourself, read loudly, and जो read कर रहे हो उसको समझो, उसका image create करो, and believe me, you can create images. AI जब first time AI अगर किसी ने निकाला था तो वो था iPhone. I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. So iPhone, when it came out with Siri, so it had an image, and that image came to life. When Wright brothers created the first flying object, they had an image in mind. वो image को उन्होंने draw किया था. And you guys, IT people, your whole study is about creating and imagining. तो तुम लोग के लिए तो imagine करना बहुत easy हो जाएगा. Every day give yourself 5 minutes. Every day get into the habit of. So what I do is when I'm alone, when I am alone, and if I'm not reading, I'm not saying that I read. Yes, I read extensively, but I'm not saying that पूरा दिन हम read करते हैं. So I when I am just lying down on my bed, I just pick up one object and I start describing that. उससे क्या होता है कि आपका ब्रेन जो है वो ओपन अप होता है. अभी क्या हमारा ब्रेन बहुत क्लोज्ड है, हमारा ब्रेन एकेडमिकली बहुत स्ट्रांग है, so it is only close to academically. So when I am trying to open up my brain, and to do that I need to think beyond academics, and to think beyond academics, what I need to do is I need to start using things around me and explaining it. Also because when you will be giving your interview, so when I do interview personal interviews with you guys, I will tell you that when you give interviews, the HR gives you a random topic and you have to speak on that topic. Yes, you are given 1 minute, not 2 minutes, sorry. You are given 1 minute to think about it, and then it is a random topic. Please remember, it is not a topic from your academics. Because the HR knows कि तुम अगर engineering करके pass out हो, that means you are academically very strong. But can you think out of the box? And when you can think out of the box, that is when you are hired. So start using the objects and start explaining them. So these are the ways that you can work on your communication. I hope I have answered your question, Abhishek. Great. All right. Rishabh, is future only for people from IT sector? What about people from core sectors? What should they emphasize on? When you say core sector, Rishabh, what are you actually implying on? If you could tell me that, because core sectors can be a lot of things. Yeah, Rishabh, are you there? Mechanical and civil. Okay. Now, let me tell you one thing, that IT sector is not only limited to CS, electronics, mechanical and civil, these sectors. So the companies that hire you, I hope, how many of you know what are your core companies? Rishabh, you only give me the answer. What are your core companies? Okay, that's it, only Tata Jindal. Okay, now in IT, and if so, now the corporates, they consider mechanical, I'm talking about the corporates, okay, they consider mechanical and civil also a part of IT. The reason being because, and correct me, Rishabh, if I'm wrong, in your first year, you are taught applied sciences, which will be a part of Java, as in software knowledge as well. Yes. So mechanical and civil is also a part of IT sector now. So it is not differentiated from any other sector. Yes, as in it is considered to be a part of whole IT. So when you join a company, when you join as, let's say, when you join a civil company, so for the first 1 to 2 years, you will be doing a lot of software related projects, because at the end of the day, if I have to, so if I have to construct, let's say in Mumbai, we are there is a lot of construction going on when it comes to your building, and when it comes to your this metro. So when I'm doing that, I need to first understand what is the ratio of the material that needs to be done, that needs to be used. I need to create my I need to create a skeleton. I need to create the basis. So today the scenario is such that everywhere everything is created on AutoCAD, or everything is created on yes, AutoCAD is one of the softwares that is used extensively in corporate, especially in civil and mechanical companies, especially in that, because your if I have to build a building, or if I have to construct a building, I need to create an image of that. I need to create a base of that, जिसको हम लोग ढांचा बोलते हैं. So today, whether you are from mechanical or civil or electronics or computer science or electrical, everything is considered as core, and everything is considered as IT sector. So there is no differentiation here. So when you say that even Tata and Jindal, they use a lot of these softwares. So Tata uses a lot of AutoCAD. Tata's extensive usage is on this Python. L&T, your core company is also L&T, and L&T तो पूरा software IBM and Microsoft का use करती है. So you are also a part of that league only. So please do not think, and तुम्हारा mechanical and civil का तो और भी ज़्यादा companies हैं. In fact, yesterday you guys were not here. What I will do is I am going back to my yesterday's session, and I will show you the site, not site, but I want to show you this. Can you see my screen, guys? Can you see a PPT which says strategies for job search? Yes, no, maybe. Okay. So these are the sites. Please take a picture of all these sites and start applying for a job there. See, Rishabh, construction placement job boards. So like I said, your civil and mechanical is also there. The ones that you see on the right, these ones, where my cursor is, these are the ones for government jobs. And these are the ones for private jobs. Now, tell me one thing, how many of you know what is LinkedIn? Yes, Rishabh, tell me. Professional network site, okay. Now, how many of you have your LinkedIn accounts? How many of you have LinkedIn accounts? Okay, Rishabh has it. Now, for people who do not know what LinkedIn is, let me show you. So this is LinkedIn. It also has an app. You can download that app also. Now, this is a LinkedIn account. Like Rishabh said, it is a professional account. This LinkedIn has all the companies, whether national or international. It has the global professional companies, corporates here. So this LinkedIn account is authentic first. Second, please create a LinkedIn account and start. So what you can do is, if I have to, let's say, like yesterday I was telling these people HCL. So what I can do is, I can in search, I can type the company that I want to find, or I can go to companies and it will give me a whole list of companies that are there. See, you have Amazon, Apple, GE, JP Morgan, Walmart, Ford, Exxon, AT&T, General Motors, the whole world is out there. So what I can do is, like for example, if I am a CS student, I can go ahead and follow Apple. The best part is, when I go to the site, I will see people who are connected with Apple. I can follow those connections. I can follow those people. And if so, Apple, Amazon, they don't float their requirements in newspapers. So they float their requirements here on LinkedIn. So I can follow people from Apple. I can follow the companies that I am looking for. For example, if I want to, let's say, L&T, see, Larsen and Toubro. So I have so many, Larsen and Toubro Service Limited, Larsen and Toubro Financial Services. If I go to L&T, I am already following the L&T. So see, their first, even their page says, where do they work on AI? So every company today hires people who are also a part of a CS, maybe a part of the CS team, maybe a part of mechanical, civil, electronics, electrical. So now every company caters students from all the sectors of engineering. That is why everything is now an IT sector, because from your very first year, for the first, I guess for your 3 semesters, you do applied sciences. And after that, you go ahead and pick up your core. So, and if you guys are into stocks and all, so it also gives you the company stock, everything is out there on this website. So please, people, go ahead and create your profile here, because if you create your profile here, screen clear nahi hai. Okay. Let me share it again. Is it clear now? फिर अभी उसका तो what do I do बताओ. Okay, how to apply for a job. Now I go to my landing page. When I go to my landing page, do you see jobs here? So when you click on that, you will have the companies that are looking for as in, you will have companies. You can go to the company site and you can either go to their website and search for jobs. You can also keep job alerts. What you can also do is you can create when you're creating your profile here, you can go ahead and like in Naukri, we create a profile here also. And if you see here, job opportunities, you can also, so these are the hashtags. ये देखो job opportunities. So जितने भी job opportunities है, आप इसको भी follow कर सकते हो, and then whatever job opportunities come your way will come on the landing page. And the best way to keep in loop with the people is keep posting. अगर कोई सर्टिफिकेट मिला है, उसको हैशटैग करके उसको पोस्ट करो. See this person Venkata Sai, he got some certificate of recognition, he posted that. I have a lot of, so this is one of the college that I train in. So I have a lot of my students who are there. So what they do is they if they got any certificate, they just go ahead and post that certificate here and use the hashtag. So what happens is when I am doing this, अभी बहुत टाइम से लगता है मेरे स्टूडेंट्स ने किया नहीं, अभी थोड़े टाइम पहले एक स्टूडेंट ने किया था. So see, Reliance. So whatever is there, whatever comes in the market is there on LinkedIn. So when you are applying for a job, you can also see that how many people viewed your profile. You can see how many viewed the post that you post here. For jobs, you can go ahead and apply for a job. You can create your profile. So this is how you will create your profile. This is where you will also see the job posting account. So whatever jobs that you have applied for, or whatever jobs are. So when you follow a company, what happens is that company, whenever there is a job opening, that job opening comes on your landing page. Now, because I don't follow, I follow the companies, but I don't follow their job profiles or their job segments, so I don't get too many job listings. So you can follow the companies and you can follow their job listings, and you will be able to apply. And यहाँ पे जो jobs होते हैं ना, वो बिल्कुल authentic होते हैं. However, people, it is a request. Please do not create or use this as your personal profile. अगर इसको पर्सनल प्रोफाइल की तरह क्रिएट करोगे तो यू विल बी एज योर अकाउंट विल बी ब्लॉक्ड एंड एक बार लिंक्डइन में अकाउंट ब्लॉक हो जाता है फिर आप उसको ओपन नहीं कर सकते हो. सो प्लीज पुट अ प्रोफेशनल पिक्चर. अगर देखो इसमें जिसकी भी पिक्चर्स है सारी एकदम या तो दे डोंट हैव इट और दे हैव वेरी प्रोफेशनल पिक्चर्स. सी सो प्लीज पुट अ वेरी प्रोफेशनल पिक्चर. ऐसे अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ बियर का बॉटल लेकर या ये सब बॉटल्स या फैमिली के साथ कूदते फांदते हुए की पिक्चर्स मत लगाना. योर सोलो पिक्चर्स. एम आई क्लियर? एनी कंफ्यूजन? एक सेकेंड. Okay, ma'am, what should we emphasize on basics of mechanical engineering or some programming language to get a good job? Okay. People, ये जो आप मेरे को, okay, I will repeat again. Poonam, is the screen clear now? Poonam. Abhishek, in fact, not only Abhishek, but has everybody understood how to apply for a job in LinkedIn? So you cannot apply for a job. You have to follow that particular company or that particular site or people working in that company. So what you can also do is once you create a job, once you create your profile, you can start following me and follow the people that I am following. So most of them will be from the training department, but there are a lot of people who are not from the training department. So you can follow me and through me, you can follow a lot of other people. बेटा अभी screen clear नहीं है मैं क्या करूं? My Wi-Fi is absolutely running fast. Okay. Now, Rishabh, when I apply for a job, and mechanical engineering में क्या होता है कि when you apply, so when I apply for a job or when I go create a profile on LinkedIn or on Naukri, so or when I am looking for a job through, let's say, a newspaper or through job portals, whatever job portals that I showed you. So when I'm applying for that, so let's say if I'm applying a job at Tata and if I'm applying a job with Jindal, so Tata needs programming language. Jindal needs that you need to have a clear insight on how a machine works. So your in mechanical engineering, machine language is also a core part of your syllabus, especially for mechanical engineering people. Yes, Rishabh? Okay. So if CNC, so let's say Jindal needs a person who is good with CNC programming, and Tata needs or L&T needs somebody who is good at ML. Now, I have done both. Okay? when I'm applying for Tata, and since I have done ML, so when I'm sending my CV, so when I send my CV, the first or the email part that I see is a cover letter. Now, when I am using that cover letter, what I will do is I will put more emphasis on machine language while applying for Tata. I will also mention CNC programming, but because Tata needs me to have good knowledge or advanced knowledge about ML, so what I will do is I will put more emphasis there. However, when I'm applying for Jindal, and because Jindal needs CNC programming, so what I will do is my emphasis or my cover letter will focus more on CNC programming. ML will also be there. However, my emphasis will be laid more on CNC programming. So my CV and my cover letter, I tweak both of them as per the requirement of the company. I am not going into the depth of cover letter because I've already done that. However, when I do CV and when I do PI, CV making and personal interview, that is where I will put more emphasis on how to create your CV, keeping in mind the company requirement. So my CV is tweaked as per the company requirement. However, whatever I will be explaining or whatever I will be writing down, I will be writing only what I have done. So it is, so when you talk about programming languages, yes, I would suggest that whatever is being taught to you in your college, it is, I am sure that is 100% better than anything or anywhere else. However, I would suggest pick up one language and have advanced knowledge in that, because, and pick up a very common language, a language that is being used by everybody. Java, C Sharp, C++, all of this is an outdated languages. So pick up a language which is used commonly by all the companies. Like I showed you, even LNT, the first criteria when I showed you LNT, the first thing that they asked for was AI. So AI is something that whether it is a civil company, whether it is a bank, whether it is, yes, phone companies definitely, or a mechanical company, everybody is using these languages. Because today everything is on the computer. अभी अभी बैठ के कोई drawing हाथ से नहीं बनाता है. So you need to use these languages because you need to see the computation, and you need to see the amalgamation of everything. So Rishabh, did I answer your question? Any other questions that you have, people? Shall I continue, or do we have more questions? Okay, coming back. So have you taken a note of this? Have you taken a note of the sites? I am thinking that you have, so I will continue. However, तुम Java करो, तुम AI करो, आप ML करिए, आप कुछ भी करो. One thing that you have to know is how to explain it. If I do not know how to explain something, I will never be able to, no matter how good I am in my programming language, no matter how good I am in my academics, if I am unable to explain all of this better, my knowledge goes for a toss. If I am unable to explain what I can do, everything everything goes in the drain, and to do so I need to have a good communication skills. My pronunciation, my vocabulary has to be really good, because if I pronounce the word future as future, yes, nobody will pronounce the word future for sure, but words like available, this word, I don't know why is it pronounced incorrect. Available, something like available. If I pronounce if my pronunciation is wrong, even if for my academic, if my pronunciation is wrong, I can be a disconnect, or I can be a reject. Now, one thing that you guys need to be, so if we have people from yesterday, I had said this yesterday also, one thing that you people need to understand is whether you are sending your CV through email. So your email and your CV is your first step to the interview. If your CV is not selected, or if your email is not selected, you are a reject. So whether you are sending an email, a CV, or you're giving a telephonic or a Skype interview, if you're a reject, that then you will not be able to apply for the same company for at least 3 to 6 months. So some companies have 3 months, some companies have 6 months, and now the scenario is that the companies are not rehiring. When I say rehiring, so if you're a reject once, if I am a reject once, then now the companies are not rehiring the same candidate for another 6 months because of the pandemic. So you have to give in your best. So make sure that whatever you are saying or whatever you are sending is absolutely your best. Okay. Now coming to another, so these are voiceless sounds, where when I produce these sounds, there is a puff of air like p, t, k, and ch. For example, p, t, k, f. So again, when I am saying f, I bite my lower lip. So for f and v, I bite my lower lip. Now people, you must be thinking that kya ye pronunciation kara rahe hain, but trust me, I'll share an incident that happened with me. So I had joined, so I started working in the year 2001. So during my graduation, I was also working as a medical transcriptionist, and then I joined a company in Delhi. Back then when I was taught this pronunciation, I also thought कि मेरे को pronunciation का ज़रूरत ही क्या है, मतलब जो बोल रहे हैं वो समझ में आ रहा है, but ऐसा नहीं होता है. The reason being, when I am talking over a phone, there are chances that the person is unable to understand me. There are chances that when I'm producing a sound, the person is unable to understand what I am saying. For example, so there was this, so I was working for Orange Mobile, for UK based company. उसमें क्या होता है, we need to call outbound call था. अभी तो होता ही नहीं है outbound calls, होते हैं, कम होते हैं. Outbound call था, and so I had made a sale and I had to give him a reference number. And I remember it very vividly because the whole number, but there was 7. And I thought it much later. I was saying that, sir, can you write down your reference number? And while doing that, I gave him the number. It used to be an alphanumeric number. And when we used to give the number, we used to ask him to repeat. So the whatever the number was, and it had the digit 7. I was saying 7, and how I said it is, sir, your reference number is dash 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 say 1. अभी हम तो 7 बोल रहे हैं, उसको say 1 सुनाई दे रहा है, और वो for good half a minute हम यहाँ से 7 बोल रहे हैं, उसको say 1 सुनाई दे रहा है, वो बार बार he hears a say 1 and he's saying 1, and I am unable to understand कि ये बार बार मेरे को 1 क्यों बोल रहा है. So the quality analyst who was listening to my call came and said that उसको समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि तुम 7 बोल रहे हो, तो उसको बोलो sir digit 7 SEVEN. So I have to spell it out. इतना difficult होता है हमारा pronunciation in so my pronunciation it is so my 7 becomes 1 or because the long distance call or can say it is not a long distance call. So phone पे वैसे भी clarity बहुत नहीं आती. So I have to be very careful about my pronunciation because today also, if you people think that make है और body class हमारे पास okay, people, where did you guys lose me till where were you able to listen to me? Are you able to listen to me? Am I audible, people? Am I audible, people? Is everybody there or you've been disconnected? Poonam, Sonu, Priya, Surabhi, Piyush, Ritika, Okay, are you able to hear me now? No, I haven't shared the screen yet because I guess there is some bandwidth issue today. So I am being pushed out of Zoom. But are you able to hear me and are you able to see me? Perfect. So I'll continue. So now that what I was saying is, what was I saying? Can somebody tell me what was I saying? देखते कितने लोग attention पे कर रहे थे. Okay. So what I was saying is I was narrating the story that if my pronunciation, because now you need to understand people that now your most of your work will be through over a call or over a mail. So over, and even if you're giving an interview, that interview needs, and if you're not clear on your phone, then it will become a challenge for the HR to listen to what you are saying, and then it will become a challenge for you to explain. So make sure when I do telephonic is when I will tell you what to do when giving a telephonic interview, because you will have telephonic interviews now. Second of all, would request everybody to please create your interview can happen over a call or Skype or Cisco or Zoom. So please create a Skype ID also. The Skype ID takes your, okay. Now coming back to where I left. Uh-oh.